Pechanga Arena, San Diego, everybody. It's time for the Major Arena Soccer League as the San Diego Sockers once again play host to the Ontario Fury, the middle game of a three-match homestand, which will conclude Sunday against the El Paso Coyotes. Alongside Nate Albareja, Craig Elston here with you, your broadcasters on MASL TV for you for this evening's Tilton. It's retro night. The team will be wearing their authentic 1988 score throwback jerseys this evening against the Fury. This should be a fun one.
Retro night with the San Diego Sockers, tying nostalgia back with the present day, the memories of the late 80s, the glory era of the San Diego Sockers brand, and seeing people rocking the throwback kits already, seeing people reminisce and hearing the stories already. It's tying nostalgia with the present moment, and it's absolutely beautiful.
For a 40th anniversary season, you really couldn't ask for anything else. Well, the Sockers have been playing close matches at home, 2 overtime golden goal wins, around a 1-goal loss. Plain and simple, San Diego's got to get the offense cranking, especially the power play, which is currently clicking at 23%. And to me, Nate, that means you got to get Leonardo de Oliveira more integrated into this offense. He's one of the most talented strikers in the team. To
me, the best game that Leo's played this season was his first game here in this arena. We haven't really seen a performance that's matched his game on opening night when he, of course, scored the golden goal on his home debut. It's tough to follow up on that, but he's anxious to do something that can outdo that first performance that he had here for the Sockers. And maybe tonight's the night that we see that Leo, that next level Brazilian star for the Sockers.
Meanwhile, for the Fury, a team still trying to get Adrian Perez back from concussion protocol, the MASL goals leader. It's really been an offensively challenged Ontario team. But I think you and I saw some of the most determined, tenacious defense and marking that we've seen from Ontario ever. And Evan McNeely's the guy who's organizing them in the back.
Well, it was McNeely and, of course, the goalkeeper, Chris Toth. It's people who are rather familiar with the San Diego Sockers, both with great ties to this organization, and they kept the Sockers at bay for almost the entirety of that game 6 nights ago. And if they deliver a performance akin to that one, we're talking about another close game and another big opportunity for Ontario to win one. 2 of their 3 losses have been to the Sockers, both very narrow losses, and they're hungry to get one back tonight.
We got the kids in, we got retro team posters, a post-game autograph signing down on the field either way. But the match is next. It's the Sockers and the Fury, right here on MASL TV.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Back is killing me. Any better? No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Sockers tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to stsockers.com. And we welcome you inside the booth and on the field now at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's time for the San Diego Sockers and the Ontario Fury. It's time to get retro night off and started. Craig and Nate back with you from the top row of the North Side Terrace Section 1 here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The Sockers coming in with a record of 6-1, their first place in the Pacific. They are 2-1 at home. The team has won 4 in a row. The Fury 6-3. 3-1 on the road. They have lost 1 in a row. That, of course, the 3-2 overtime decision to the Sockers 6 days ago. The Sockers wearing their 1988 retros. There they are, folks. You can see them in all their glory. The yellow collar, the yellow cuff, the yellow piping on the royal blue, the kicking K, the yellow numbers on the shorts, the yellow socks. This is classic Sockers, and I very much enjoy, Nate, that Craig Childs is going with the pop collar look, at least so far early for San Diego.
It is absolutely beautiful. Every last layer of what we have on our hands tonight is just glorious. It's getting so many people in a spirit, in a vibe that we talk about on Soccer's Overtime. We talk about it on these broadcasts. We talk about it off the air all the time. Tying the history of this Sockers brand, this proud organization, tying the history with the present moment. Here it is. Craig Giles, the popped collar is a microcosm of something much more. You gotta love it. The captain's ready. We're ready. Retro night, 1988 up in this thing. Let's do it, baby.
The Sockers will travel right to left as we look down from the north side here of Pechanga Arena, San Diego, in the first of 4 15-minute quarters. The Ontario Fury, wearing their black with white and red stripes, they will go left to right. We want to update what we described in our opening segment down on the field. Adrian Perez was a last-second addition to the Fury lineup. We were told a half hour before he wouldn't play. 15 minutes before Perez was cleared, he draws in 13 goals in 5 games for Adrian Perez, number 16, who lines up on the north wall at the midfield stripe, right next to the Sockers' Craig Giles. We are ready to get it going. The whistle sounds on the field. Fernando Pena, our lead referee, makes the sign of the cross as 15 minutes tick downward and we are underway. The Sockers and the Ontario Fury, third of 6 meetings this year, second of 3 here in San Diego. A backheel centering attempt was blocked to the wall by Guerrero Pino and then into Hughes' boot. This one sails through the middle. Pino attempts to clear it, went off his own teammate in Ontario. Able to keep possession in the opening 30 seconds of action here. 2 former Sockers veterans, Evan McNeely and Jeff Hughes, combining on 1-2 passing back to a third former Socker and very well known in Chris Toth.
Sockers north.
Here's Perez. 2 touches solid, but Pardo comes out to cut down the angle and chip the ball into the north wall, and then a foul on Perez. First of the night for either team.
A little frustration foul from Adrian, but even in the first minute there, just seeing the touch going forward, it's that feeling that you get when Leonardo de Oliveira is on the ball for the Sockers. You get that same type of feeling every time Perez touches the ball. Look out for that number 16 back in the lineup tonight. A huge addition for the visitors.
And a nice crowd and still going on. There's Giles trying for the turning blast. He ripped it off of the eastern wall. And the Fury trying to work their way out of the back end. The first minute concluded and it was an exciting one. Chico heads forward. Francisco Corriero. As Toth will roll it over to his left. Let's see if the Fury can organize out of the back.
If that would have gone in, that Craig Giles collar was never going to come down.
Here's Chico running into Felipe Gonzalez. The 2 Gonzalez, and then a giveaway. And there is Pardo to take the ball off of the toe of Dallin Cutler.
Talk about Pollo coming back into the lineup. That's a I've been out for a minute kind of mistake right there. He fell asleep at that back post. Boris Pardo to the rescue. Wow.
Leonardo de Oliveira. The sole rolls of the ball back to Juan Gonzalez and now to Luis Pee-wee Ortega. Ortega finding Leo, left wing angled, turning, trying to come to the right foot, well marked. Now a long shot, dribbles well wide by Juan Gonzalez.
Yeah, pardon me, that was Ortega there moments ago, so no excuse, I guess?
There you go. I appreciate you assigning responsibility where it is meted out there, Mr. Abarrea.
Well, to myself in the end of it.
And Nate getting ready for his Liga MX season debut tomorrow at Estadio Caliente.
Busy weekend. Oh,
here's a nice setup, but Cutler interferes with the Escoto attempt.
It was almost going to tie in perfectly. The Tijuanense charging in there, Brandon Escoto, bringing it all together on both sides of the border.
Leo looks, I think, the slickest of anyone in these retros.
Really does.
Pittman.
I mean, no one looks bad. No. That's the thing.
But Leo just looks right. Leo looks like he should have played in that era. De Oliveira shoots off the near post, and Toth will gobble that one up. Never had a chance to go in.
I don't want to talk too much about age on the broadcast tonight. It got me in a little bit of trouble last week, and I just found out about this tonight in a pregame conversation with one Jeff Hughes. We'll get back to that in a moment.
How old did you make him?
I remember saying that he was a spring chicken, fast as anyone in the league.
Yes.
Apparently that's not what he heard last week.
Oh, I see.
Jeff had a few words for me pregame.
Well, and Hughes will probably see afterwards to be able to tip a cheers as well, and we'll see if he'll have the last laugh tonight, but he had a first laugh down on the field. 11:35 left in the clock, running downward. Here's Taylor Bonds for a shift up top, and Hughes dispossesses him of the football. Pino in a protracted battle with Andrew Loré, the former Soccer 2 star. He was the leading scorer of the Soccer's developmental team last year, was the 4th player in the Chris Toth trade. Here's Toth. Stops just short of the red line and passes back to Hughes. as the Sockers mark man-to-man up and down the pitch. Toth with a long roll. This will connect. Along the far wall, Mike on Diabreu. Back to Toth all the way. 4th minute elapsed. Sockers had a chance to practice here at home last night. Just the 2nd time all year they've been able to practice on their home field. They worked on finishing over and over, Nate. And we'll see if that practice turns into dividends here tonight. Here's Tony Walls up front. An expert at trapping and collecting. This one into the middle. Roberto heads it into the air. Second head gets it behind the red line. Shot blocked by Gutierrez. Denying the 2nd leading scorer for Ontario. That's Juan Carlos Gonzalez with 11 goals, 15 points. Walls sends it off. Gonzalez looking for a step over. Bond stays right with him. Pino now challenged by Adrian Perez. Here's Perez dancing. Flicked it between two, but Bond was there to pick it up. Taylor Bond on the run. 5th touch. 6th and 7th. A step over, a double. Bond to the left wing. Stops and turns. And gets the ball across. Juan Gonzalez with the 5th minute gone. Here's Gonzalez on the return try. It was blocked. And this one will one hop to the near wall and touch our TVX camera crew and fall out. Sockers ball. Here's Childs. Flicking one, Felipe. Looking for his brother Juan. The two Gonzalezes, when you're around them long enough, you can tell them apart. If you're unfamiliar, a substitute teacher, they could exchange seats and no one would know. Childs trying to turn to the left again. That was blocked at the moment of contact. It'll be Sockers ball.
Hey, strong stuff at the back again from DeBray Holloman. There for the Ontario Fury. Talked about it last week. A guy with,
there's Toth for his first true test tonight.
Another rip from Escoto, finished up on Holloman. Great San Diego ties. Back to the San Diego State Aztecs. And made for Lev Kirshner.
Here's the deep end getting things going with the chant as Childs turns. Flicks just wide, and Escoto there. Couldn't get his head on it.
Childs said, you're talking about Aztecs.
Now we're hearing the strains of Bobby Cressy. I just feel this whole night coming together, Nate. Now look out. Here's a nice run. It's Andy Reyes sending it to left wing, and Chico's shot blocked into the crowd.
Good hands up there by a Sockers fan / aspiring goalkeeper. Good first organ riff there from Cressy.
Shot blocked and a loose ball.
All coming together.
Escoto on the run. Getting there first was Diabreu. Escoto dancing in like a wild man. Rojo sending it to Pittman. The Manassas, Virginia native. Escoto's wall ball trying for a return pass. Dancing around the toes of Chris Toth, and he punts it. Pardo back to Rojo as the clock hits 8:25 left in the first quarter, running downward. Approaching the midway point. That ball deflected, a 50-50 ball in the air. Craig Childs thought he was fouled. Two arms extended, looking at Fernando Pena for a whistle that did not come. Sockers maintain possession on the restart to Rojo. Pee-wee Ortega, long shot blocked. We saw the Fury block with ferocity last Saturday. They're back at their tricks. Pittman for Childs on the half wall, getting muscled around. Stayed right with his defender there, Diabreu. Pittman again.
There's a word that kept coming to mind. The Fury last week, it was devotion.
Here's Childs trying to target. Looked for the lefty turn, tried for the surprise play, got one in the chops. And a foul coming, and Childs again looking at Pena like, what needs to happen here?
Well, it's him and Michael Diabreu going at it the last minute or so, and I think the conversation prior influenced that call there the second time around for sure.
Pittman sees a two-man wall for this left wing corner kick. They'll send it out. Childs' wing try was blocked, right back into the crowd. And we'll have the whistle and the officials' timeout. Gives us a chance to remind you the Sockers Flex 4-pack is the most convenient deal and best value for fans with busy schedules. Pick any 4 games on the remaining schedule. Get the same great seat for all 4 games. Plus, 15% off at the Sockers merchandise booth. Oh, wouldn't that come in handy tonight with the retro jerseys out. And you get priority pre-sale for playoff tickets too. Flex 4-packs start as low as $52. Almost an insanely good deal. Get yours today, stsockers.com. Come on back Sunday, both here to MASL TV and to Pechanga Arena San Diego. The Sockers take on the El Paso Coyotes for the first and only time this season. Wild West Country Night. All fans receiving a Sockers logoed mini cowbell to help bring in another big win. Enjoy country music and special halftime entertainment at Wild West Country Night this Sunday against El Paso. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Well, Nate, the Sockers and Fury just doing it again. I'm seeing the same level of competition as last time, and I think so far really still waiting for the first true golden chance for either side.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job canceling one another out early on in this game. Last week it was the Chris Toth and Boris Pardo show. Neither goalkeeper don't seem tested early on in this game. A couple of low drives at Toth's net, but see if that changes here. Escoto straight off this restart. To drive one in.
Escoto with Childs, with Roberto. This one sent in and blocked off the back post by Diabreu. High pressure shown by San Diego, and the Fury did well to get it out of there, and then Roberto faced a 2-on-1 and got it back to his help in the back, Boris Pardo. Pino, long distribution. Escoto will wait for it in the corner, plays the hop right. The 5-4 southpaw. Sent it to the middle, no one there but Tony Walls. Walls was going to have that ball taken from him all the way. Doesn't have the speed to come out of the back end and cross the field.
Walls was outstanding last week. Walls is one of the unsung heroes in that game for either side.
Oh, I think he's a giant addition to this club.
So much dirty work out there. Much stuff that some people just aren't willing to do.
Leo using the head here. Head, chest, inside of the right foot, outside of the left. Anything he can to try and control this ball, but he faced two defenders, and Gonzalez with McNeely took it away. Pressure there by Leo. This ball's loose for the taking, and Escoto takes it. Leo looking for the middle. He's got it. He's got two men around him. Tried for the zigzag play with his feet. Pino back to Roberto.
Plain and simple, the Sockers got to score here in this first quarter. After what we saw last week and the playing with the lead goalkeeping as Escoto goes down after the foul. Don't think a card's going to come out here.
Nah, not deserved, but a common foul.
Common foul and a restart for the Sockers. But, Craig, you talked all about it last week. Like a powerful starting pitcher. They get a lead. It's like they double their ability. It was like that for Toth last week. Sockers got to get ahead in this game.
Escoto centers. Nobody home on the back post. Leo draws two again. Almost split two. He's always going to try. And the third man was the one that took it away for Ontario. Poor touch out, though, allows San Diego to recover at midfield. Bobby Cressy getting the crowd going on the organ here inside Pechanga Arena. As Boris Pardo looks for his spot. Really liking how the game day presentation's coming together tonight. Now we're working on the field. It's Leo. Big time battle with McNeely for the football. Leo, wall pass, looking for Gutierrez. Just eluding the Tijuanense. Now it's Pino. Now it's a drive! Toth got a touch on it to lift it to the frame. Foul card. Power play for San Diego.
I'm not saying it was the Depeche Mode from Bobby Cressy that did it there, but I'm also not saying it wasn't the Depeche Mode from Bobby Cressy that did it there. Power play, San Diego Sockers.
The Sockers will get the first man advantage of the night. Now, this has been San Diego's weakness and Ontario's strength. The Sockers will now enjoy their league-leading 23rd power play of the year with McNeely in the box for the knockdown. The Sockers have scored only 5 power play goals. That's 23%. Meanwhile, Ontario has faced 13 power plays against, and they've allowed only 2 power play goals. That's an 84.6% block rate. So, Sockers with the 5-on-4. Better yet, the free kick up top to start it. It'll be Gutierrez. It'll be off the left post.
Toth was beat. If that's on goal, that's in. Just hooked it a little bit. Oh, have it again.
Here is Childs. Childs sends a blocked ball in. Diabreu can turn and send it down the field. And in on one hop to the official spots. Here comes Christian Gutierrez. 5 goals in 7 games. Looking for the steal there was Gonzalez. Leo sends it in, and Jeff Hughes right there in the middle. Hughes with the easy takeaway. The through ball just missed Gonzalez. And it's Gutierrez's turn. Christian and Childs working up top. Escoto dancing the south wall. Leo is on the left wing, and Bond is in the middle now for San Diego. 3 forwards on the field at once. Bond is the third of those. He just lost the ball. Taken away by Gonzalez. Bond with good track back.
Here.
And the foul called on Taylor.
I'm looking down on this near side. I'm seeing Andy Reyes scream it out. I mean, Gonzalez doing a lot there. Gonzalez doing a whole lot for his team to hold possession, kill off the power play, but meanwhile, he had Reyes down on this near side screaming for it in space.
Wall pass that Diabreu gets. Now look for the distribution from Pardo. Chooses to roll it out to Brandon Escoto. Sockers will jog up the field. Halfway through this power play. 4:33 left on the game clock. 53 seconds on the power play clock, no score. Childs had his pass tipped and a slightly different turn. It could have been a breakaway against.
Dicey.
Here's Childs. That's the second time, by the way, Gonzalez has tried to steal that cross-field pass. So let's see if the Sockers can play with that later in the game.
With Bond.
Escoto, Bond waiting. The timing just off. Leo now left-footed, blocked.
Block, 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 block.
It's amazing. Gutierrez! There's the one-handed save. Rebound to Bond. Lifting, looking for the left foot. Dispossessed, a foul on Taylor.
Oh,
and
man.
Reyes grasping his right calf. By the way, we're keeping our eye on the Pacific Northwest as well. Fascinating weekend in the MASL Pacific, as tonight, after this one, Ontario has traveled to the Northwest tomorrow. They will play in Tacoma at ShoWare tomorrow night. Tonight, the Stars are hosting the Monterrey Flash. Tacoma has just scored first with 5:11 left in the first quarter for a 1-0 lead. So
What a fun matchup up there.
we'll track both of these matches over the course of the night as they kicked off simultaneously at 7:35. 11th minute gone. There's 10 seconds left in the Sockers power play. It's Escoto and Gutierrez with space and a missed kick. High, wide, and into the net.
Always out of control there. He knows it. Immediately jogging off. Childs not thrilled. Salvaggio not thrilled. But plenty of time to work with here for the Sockers. Not on this power play. That's done and dusted.
In 2
Hopefully.
seconds, indeed. Here comes McNeely back onto the field. Full and even strength both sides. And the Sockers still continue to look for a better power play percentage.
Well, that's what I mean when I say plenty of time. I'm hoping, I guess, erring on the side of hopefulness, that there's going to be another man advantage opportunity in this game. Maybe a few more for the Sockers. That's got to change.
This is Perez.
Oh,
With four
oh.
men around him, still had the ball and then fell and drew the foul. Interesting. One ref said no, but the other said yes, and here comes a dangerous free kick for Ontario. But it all started with Adrian Perez 1-on-4. How did he keep that ball?
Nifty. Velcro on the boots. Beautiful stuff. An important return to the lineup. Talked about it in the build-up to this thing. Hoping he'd play just for the sake of entertainment. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Bond and Escoto forming a Mutt and Jeff wall.
Oh, left-footed drive from McNeely could hurt someone right here. Everybody.
Is he gonna, which way is he going with this one? This will be interesting. And will it be Perez or McNeely? It'll be Perez. It'll be a goal on a left-footed cracker into the upper left corner. Adrian Perez back in the lineup, back on the scoreboard, 14th of the year, and it's 1-0 Fury.
He wins the free kick, he takes the free kick, and my goodness, what a goal it was. Upper V, no chance for Boris Pardo. Never even a glimpse of it. In all the way. Ontario strike first again here in this grand old arena. Sockers 0, Fury 1.
Time of that one checks in at 11 minutes and 44 seconds. And for the second straight match, the Fury get that first goal. Now the difference is they got it on, they earned it.
Adrian Perez. The goal is unassisted. Time of the goal, 11:44.
So Perez with his 14th, and the Sockers trail by 1. Here's McNeely heading it back to his buddy Tone. 12 minutes done in the first quarter. And the Fury, and it must be said, it was all about Perez. Never giving up on a play, with men all around him, digging the ball out of the corner, dancing in a perilous situation, and drawing the foul, which was a questionable call. But then he cashed it in, and there was no question about that. Pino now in a scramble at midfield. Guerrero Pino making a run into the attacking zone. Stepped over and wall passed, and Childs got it off the hand.
Oh, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing, and that's why this is old pal McNeely agree with it. Childs should have been booked for that deliberate handball.
Here's Pino. Nice pass to himself.
Oh, man.
2:22 on the first quarter clock. 1-0.
I'm sorry, Craig. I got too much of a kick out of every last layer of that.
Here's Gutierrez. Chance to turn to the right. Ball was out too far in front of him. And now chipped by Ontario out of play.
Just be a ball in the corner for the Sockers, but Craig Childs channeling a little Diego Maradona 1986. Estadio Azteca, hand of God. Almost had it. They saw it all the way. They tried to say it was totally an accident.
Childs, top of the arc. Here's Leo, shot blocked by McNeely. The block party continuing for the Ontario Fury, who are furious in their defense of Chris Toth's goal.
Childs back to the bench now. Great job selling it at the end, by the way, Craig Childs. Not on purpose at all. Totally was not trying to do that.
Here's
Despite
Pee-wee.
what Evan McNeely tells you.
Boyo.
Oh!
Look at Leo. Back to Pee-wee.
Oh.
And he misses wide left.
See, I want to see more of that from Leo. I want to see a lot more of that from Leo. He's got a chance to be that target man and distribute in ways that no other player can because of what he can do on the ball.
But they need to finish on the net. Here's a chance.
Again.
It's Boyo.
Again.
It's Boyo! And Toth makes the point-blank save.
And again, it's Leo, though, at that right spot in the field where he's drawing people to him because of what he can do on the ball and then dishing it off and almost getting the Sockers a goal.
That looked like it was off the arm of Tony Walls.
Deliberate handball.
Gutierrez finds his way through, but the goal eludes him.
This is incredible.
Somebody draw this boy a map.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Perfect pass off the wall. It's a breakaway. Here he comes to shoot wide. Marcus Jordan. Outside bid considered by Gonzalez and dropped back with 42 seconds left in the first quarter clock. Sockers concede a breakaway, but Jordan misses the net.
almost had it, too. That was almost top corner.
Good job by Ruiz to win that ball away from Walls.
Slide that was. Whew.
27 on the clock.
All or nothing.
First quarter ticking down, not dissimilar to last week. The difference that it was an earned goal instead of an own goal. Fury with the lead. Time for the run out of the back. Sent forward for Perez. Pee-wee on the mark. Leo with the steal. Got it to Escoto before falling. Here's the pass left wing. It's Felipe. Gonzalez is dropped. Card is out. Horn sounds and the Sockers start the second quarter on the man advantage. But now I see Escoto pointed to as well. What's going on there?
Well, if the foul is called and a blue card comes out, to me there's still got to be time left in the first quarter.
Jimmy Nordberg is all the way onto the field. The head coach of the Fury to complain. We are at the end of the first quarter. 1-0 Ontario. We believe the Sockers will be a man up when we return after this on MASL TV.
Back is killing me.
Any better?
No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Soccer's tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to SDSoccer.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The Sockers return home on Sunday, January 20th at 5 p.m. when the Turlock Express make their first trip this season to Pechanga Arena, San Diego. All fans will go home with a Sockers retro logo cap presented by Cal Coast Credit Union. In addition, it's Youth Sports Night as the Sockers honor our youth champions from multiple sports around the county. Get your tickets for Youth Sports Night Sunday, January 20th at the Pechanga Arena box office or online at sdsockers.com. Soccer's home this Sunday and next Sunday, January 20th. And I was just handed one of those caps that will be given away on January 20th.
How about that,
this thing is snazzy. It's like a hat equivalent of the jerseys you're seeing tonight with a white base, though. A nice little trucker hat
trucker
style,
cap,
proper San
That's
Diego.
Exactly right. The little foamy bit to it, so retro.
Glorious.
Oh my gosh. I
Old
can't
is
wait
new
to wear
again.
this.
And speaking of old being new again, I now pass the play-by-play mic to my left, Mr. Craig Elston.
And it is a power play. It's a power play with Perez in the box. And it will begin the second quarter. And count either to 13 or to a Sockers equalizing goal. San Diego 0 for 1 in the power play so far tonight.
It's got to be an equalizer. It's got to be an equalizing goal. This is it. Talked about the importance of the Sockers jumping out to a lead. Well, that ship sailed. Talked about the importance of the Sockers being better on the power play. The first one was not very good. Here's a second chance. That ship has not sailed away yet.
In fact, it just is about to leave port.
Ontario penalties to number 16,
Here's Leo.
Adrian Perez.
Wide of Toth's
2
grasp.
minutes for contact above the head. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes even of the first quarter.
So it's contact to the head.
Adrian Perez. Perez shown the blue. So the goal for Perez and the blue card.
Right wing Escoto lets the ball do the work into the corner and then stops it with the sole of his left foot. Crosses. Leo chests it out to Christian. Not the pace he probably wanted on that. Here's Giles back. The Gutierrez shot again, and this has not been Christian's night so far. But there's plenty of time left for it to be, and then some.
Well, and he knows it's the same thing every time. It's a technique issue. He's got to know the tendency to lean back and come with that shovel motion. Got exaggerated on the next one. Really stay over the top of it. If he does so, I think good things are going to happen.
And I will tell you, at training on Thursday and Wednesday, I watched Craig Giles serve Christian Gutierrez that left wing ball time and time and time.
Of course.
After practice, and it was probably 3 of 5 that went exactly where the first 2 have gone, which is high, high, high into the netting. Here's Leo. Here's a chance. Flicks it off the post. Still open for Toth to grab a spinning ball.
This is interesting.
Sockers
Every
are
time.
tantalizing, but not capitalizing.
Chris Toth's only made one real save in this game. Sockers have had a lot of opportunities. It's put off the post and off the boards just to the side of the red there.
A little bit of frustration perhaps so far. Hughes just serves it into Pardo's cage. And Escoto working forward with 43 seconds remaining on the man advantage. A man advantage to start the second quarter. Down by 1. Quiet Pechanga Arena right now. They want to get loud. Giles wants to do it. Giles back to Christian. Gutierrez. No surprise he's passing right now. Escoto. And that pass split the 7 and the 10 pin and go right down into the middle. Chance for Gutierrez to run perhaps, or spring Leo. On the edge, Giles. Bonds working back post. The give and go was broken up by Hughes. Pass stolen and knocked down by Gutierrez. There's 5 seconds left in the power play. Leo, hopping ball. Escoto steps over. Power play's over. However, Bond is there. He'll shoot. Blocked away after Toth was challenged. Bond thought Toth connected it outside the box.
Prize of a handball. I think it was a knee.
Escoto! Diving stop! Rebound blocked! And it just continues as
man.
Ontario counterattacks with Perez taking off the ball clean.
Shin guard goes flying from Adrian too. Oh, wow.
Left wing Childs spins the ball off his foot and slide tackles it back to his man. Shocking moment. Normally that's a 60% goal chance right there. Here's Eddie Velez. Leo. Right through the legs, but Toth there to capture his prize. 12-10 left in the second quarter.
Talk about throwback kits tonight. So far, the only throwback has been to
Here's Pee-wee.
last weekend.
Look at
for
this
the
run.
Sockers.
Ortega has his man. Velez back to Pee-wee, and Toth is there.
And the throwback to last weekend continues.
That one didn't have the weight they wanted, but what a great buildup it was.
Well, Toth.
Out of play, quick restart was sought. And Pittman is ready to take it. Here's Eddie Velez, though, trying to set up in the middle.
See if the Vaquero can bring something for the Sockers tonight. Rough patch of injury early on this season for Eddie. Had a late start.
Pittman into the middle. Eddie knocked it down.
Nice trap.
And it's Cordero, and Eddie had a hand on it.
And the foul committed by Velez there.
These retro jerseys you see on the field on the San Diego Sockers are being sold at the merchandise stand right now in limited sizes and quantities. That will continue exclusively in arena Sunday against the El Paso Coyotes at 5 p.m. And you'll want to get your tickets at sdsockers.com. If you're not here tonight and you want to grab one of those jerseys, online sales will not begin until Monday. And at that time, folks, they could all be gone. I've already received reports that it's been hopping down at the merch booth. Bond over to Pittman. And he'll roll it out for Pee-wee to work through the midfield. Here's a ball to Bond. Taylor Bond coming in on Toth. Wall pass to himself, but Chris Toth was there.
Hey, he's caught in between two worlds right there. He's caught between goal and playing at center to Eddie Velez, and he came up with something right in between.
Zé Roberto fighting forward, got it to Pittman. However, Tornell is there to send it back to his keeper.
Encouraging stuff early on in this game from
Agreed.
Taylor Bond. Honestly, there's been a couple of things early in this first half.
He feels like he's going to score tonight.
It does.
Here's Lorray. First chance! He hits high and wide, but not by far.
Talking all about former Sockers.
Gonzalez, Lorray wanted to come out here with a stunner on his second shift.
Right.
Jeff Hughes trying to step into the left foot. Childs knew it. Right there for the block. That's veteran savvy.
Veteran savvy and two young and able arena soccer players right there.
Hughes is going to take this one.
Trevor
Here's
Gonzalez
first
behind
goal
him.
on a restart. Second goal try. Here it is. It's Perez again. It's the upper roof again. And it's 2-0 on two free kicks. Perez has them both.
It's like he had a magnet pulling that thing towards him the entire time. I think bounced around almost the entire final third there off that set piece. And the entire time, Adrian Perez is just waiting right around the top of the arc. You see him near the goal mouth right here. This thing's going to come to the near side. Perez just lurking, going, this thing's going to come back to me. Bounces off a couple players, comes right back to him, top of the arc, roofed. Right past Pardo. Que golazo otra vez. 2-0 in favor of the visitors, just as we saw last weekend here in this arena. Sockers 0, Fury 2, Perez with the brace.
Perez, his second goal of the match, assisted by number 7, Andrew Lorray.
That's interesting. I thought it might have been off the leg of Roberto.
I think it was.
They are going to give Lorray what I believe is his first MASL point, certainly his first with the Fury. And it is 2-0, and I've got to say it has a different feel, though, than last Saturday. Perez is a game changer, literally.
Yeah. This has been his game. Oh, Craig.
And here's, as there's an easy foul to call.
Come on, lad.
I will tell you another piece on this. The first time the Sockers faced the Fury back in December, when Adrian Perez was scoring 5 goals and 4 more in 2 games, the Sockers spent a week preparing for him. And they shut him down in a 4-2 win. The Sockers never thought Perez was going to play until the last few minutes tonight. He was kind of sprung on him. And boy, is he sprung on him. 2-0 Ontario. Here's Pollo.
I mean, it's almost got a little ultra old school hide him until the last second. I don't want to go Willis Reed on this or anything, but it has a little, scud missile out the back pocket at the last second about it.
Gonzalez, here's Juan Gonzalez. Ball hops to the south wall, but comes out to Ruiz. Pollo's pass was blocked. Pino's going to chase this down.
If they would have pulled it off in a playoff game, I would have given the full Willis Reed comparison.
Numbers don't lie. The Fury have allowed only 30 goals in 9 matches this year. That's 3.33 per game. That's second best to just the Sockers. And Ontario up by 2 here in the second quarter. De Oliveira has been tantalizing tonight.
Also had 3 defenders on him every time he touches the ball.
Pino finding Felipe and back to Escoto just off there. Brandon dragging in. Cuts it back. Pino shoots. Blocked the wrong way by Felipe. Felipe got a foot on it, but sent it north instead of west into the net. Pino heads it right back into the attacking zone. Felipe turns just wide. Great try. Escoto as the Sockers hold down by a pair. Running up on the steal. Cutler jumps his man, and here comes Dallin Cutler down the south wall. Stops in front of his bench. And lets the Sockers get back to him, quite frankly. And they do so with Rojo taking it away.
Good stuff from Dallin there.
Felipe to chase this one down. And Gonzalez, nice. Touched by Diabreu up into the air.
That
Leo
almost.
Tracks it. Leo, stop and go. To the left. Skips it back. And knocked down by Debray Holloman.
Ball that Gonzalez just hit. They'll tell you he meant to do it.
Pino, this one up in the air and up for grabs. Felipe spins it over to Leo.
Felipe giving a shift and a half for the Sockers right now.
He's drifting to the back post and hoping. Christian Gutierrez.
End it with a goal.
Left wing Rojo. And back to Pino. 7:50 on the second quarter clock. Leo steps into the corner. Stops and sends it back. Pino tracks it. The second touch shot was blocked. Rojo tipped away from him. Long shot wide. The rebound to the corner. Skips off the wall. Trying Pollo. Toth on a knee. Not enough pace. The 12th shot for San Diego in the half. Foul on Hiram Pollo Ruiz.
They kind of got suckered into that one. It's good stuff down there from Gonzalez. Juan Carlos getting the best. Pollo.
Tell you what, the Sockers are going to be happy to not play Ontario on Sunday. This team's a tough out. San Diego's trying to beat them for the 3rd straight time this year. It's been 4-2. It's been 3-2. And we are looking again at no goals through 22 minutes for San Diego.
No goals after 50 minutes for the Sockers last week against this Ontario side. So hopefully.
Perez, look out. Perez keeps going. There's Pardo for the save when needed. Gutierrez has a runner. It's Rojo. The Tijuanense trying to combine. However, it's stolen away. And it's Perez dancing. 6:43 left in the second quarter. Next whistle should be the official's timeout. Rushing on, the defender one, Jose Manuel Gonzalez. Back to Hughes. He's going to direct traffic. Chris Toth. Watching, now can serve to the back wall. He's across the red line. Gonzalez sends it for Hughes. Bond. In pressure. This is a top of the box chance for the Ontario Fury. And they're 2 for 2 on set pieces tonight. And will have the best opportunity coming up after this timeout.
Well, fans, when the game ends tonight, the fun is just starting here in the arena. Make sure to join us after the final horn downstairs in the Stella Lounge for drink specials and a chance to interact with Sockers players, coaches, and fellow fans. That's down the stairs from the North Concourse to the Stella Lounge. We'll see you there post-game tonight and after every Sockers game here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Join us in the Stella Lounge.
You know, this is how I'd like to add to that for the fans who are watching at home but coming either Sunday, next Sunday, or to a future Sockers game. A great way for the kids to interact with the players after a match is to come down from wherever you were sitting, come down to one of the low walls on the north or south side. They'll autograph whatever you've got. If you have a poster, they'll autograph it, a shirt, whatever you want. Take a picture, take a selfie. It's a great way for the kids to interact with the players. A great way for adults to interact with the players is probably 45 minutes to an hour after the match inside the Stella Lounge, when it's still hopping, and you might be able to get a chance to talk to one of your favorite Sockers low-key, or talk to the head coach or someone in the front office. I mean, there's an opportunity, not that they're all, but they go in there and socialize. They make that point, and it's all about community for the San Diego Sockers, whether it's to the young community or to the fans that hang out at the Stella Lounge.
Community, togetherness, benevolence, family, all of those things on display after every game with the San Diego Sockers here. If you've never been to one, if you're watching this and somehow, some way you've never been to one of these, well, we'll see you Sunday. Sockers in El Paso, honky-tonk night here at the arena. And then we'll see you at the Stella Lounge after the game.
3-3, by the way, Tacoma and Monterey right now in the second quarter. Here, look for Perez. Lays it off, gets it back, and his shot is blocked. Rojo comes up with the block when needed.
Yeah, Bond gave good stuff there too as well. Bond and Rojo joining. Rojo taking the brunt of it at the end. Bond and Rojo crucial in preventing that one from going on goal.
24th minute expires. 5:55 left and counting. 2-0 Fury in the second quarter. So, looks just as calm, cool, and collected as you could imagine. However, this distribution wasn't evidence of that. Perez, however, has an opportunity. Bond is back on him, and that's a physical matchup between those two.
Felt him coming the whole way. Adrian Perez.
Toth checking it out. This one sent right at Pardo. Why not? But, look, that's a giveaway to San Diego. Sockers will take it. Escoto is going to send it in. Here's Childs looking for it. Good play. Although it looked like it cost him a gimpy Holloman there. Here's a long ball that Cutler wants to run on. This kid's all hustle and heart. A lot of skill, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Pressuring this pass, Felipe Gonzalez now. Childs backtracking and trapping. The target leaves it to the wall. Felipe hustling in. Left back there. Childs calmly gets it back to Pee Wee Ortega.
So many players in the arena soccer landscape, they learn as they get the experience about the importance of squad rotation in this sport. Coaches learning with every passing game and season how important it is. Understand every detail of line changes and proper shift times out there for players.
Childs and Escoto trying to work a 1-2. Escoto dropped. Whistle.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what,
here's
too.
an interesting call. Thank you, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing. The ref right in front right there, not giving it, telling Sockers player to get up. I believe it was Escoto. And the man in green on the far side then makes the call. That's not a good look for the officiating crew.
I have known
leaving each other out to dry right there.
I have known Pena for since at least maybe just the second year of soccer's restart, maybe the first.
Yeah.
He is without question the referee who will call the fewest fouls. And we're going to see the restart right here. This is the play and the call, and there's Pena saying get up. And the foul called on the far side. Now here's Childs into the middle, back heel try by Pee Wee. And it missed wide.
Well, maybe a little poetic justice in the end of that one. Here's Dallin Cutler again, finishing up on him. Concept of players knowing how to expend energy and players knowing that they might only have a minute out there as you see Dallin just battle and say, what did I do to commit the foul here? He's just getting kicked and throwing a kick or two back. Dallin Cutler, is perfect segue back into finishing this whole spiel up. As a little theatrics go on off the ball with Dallin Cutler. What I'm trying to get at here is the shifts that Dallin Cutler puts in. What we saw from him 6 nights ago in this arena, it's as long of a shift as I've seen from any player in the last few years, routinely out there for 2.5, 3 minutes at a time. Something that you don't see from a lot of players because they simply shouldn't give that. They can't give that because they're hurting their team being out there for that second or third minute once they're tired, no matter how good the player is. Dallin is a guy who I've just seen it time after time. He's out there for these seemingly endless shifts. He's back to the bench now, and think of all the things that happen in a Dallin Cutler shift. It's like its own movie.
Gutierrez shot on goal and a save by Toth.
It's actually trying to play it into Childs there.
Well,
and it almost, it goes down as a shot on goal.
His first shot on goal.
My goodness.
I was just going to say, good step in the right direction.
Right.
But if he was aiming to miss it, then
from
maybe
the looks
we've
of
got
it, he
still
was
the same cross-eyed problem.
Actually just trying to clip it into Childs there, and Childs turning back saying, I wanted that to feet. So when he's trying to pass it to Childs, he finally gets the shot on goal. Just how you want it, right?
Working off the 12th minute of the second quarter now. Wow. 3 left to go in the half. The Fury looking great. Looking terrific. Determined, defensive, blocking shots, organized, always in the right place. They've got talent on all 3 levels now. And they are proving themselves to be a top side in the MASL.
Absolutely.
And the Sockers are 2-0 against them and still have plenty of time to pull this match out. Beautiful pass across. It's Diabreu stumbling in. Rojo's the last man there. The whistle, but what do we have? Cards out. This is big trouble for San Diego. So a blue card foul means I assume a penalty kick goal here.
It's got to be. Well, assuming goal. Maybe getting a little far ahead there. Boris Pardo still hoping he has a fighter's chance here, but it's got to be a penalty. It was a foul on Pardo.
It's a penalty kick. You rarely see these in indoor soccer.
Yep.
And it's the trip on Pardo that they're calling. The leg drag. All right, now watch as Pardo stares down Maicon Diabreu. He has not broken gaze. Now he looked away because the referee's instructing him.
This is good.
Shaking his head in disbelief.
This is good. You don't see these too often.
Sonny's watching down there in the corner. There he is.
Hopefully, for the Sockers, Sonny can bring a little fear
to number
to
27,
Ontario
Boris
kick taker.
Pardo. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12:23.
So the rest of the team lines up on the red line. Penalty kick for Maicon Diabreu.
Does he blast it? Does he blast it here? Does he pick a low corner?
Has 5 goals on the year. Diabreu blasts it. 3-0 Ontario.
Uphill battle for the Sockers now. 2:36 left here in this first half. Trail 3-0. The brace from Adrian Perez. Maicon Diabreu from the spot, sending Pardo the wrong way, going pretty much down the middle with it. The Ontario Fury, 3 goals to the good. Chris Toth tapping his crossbar. He hasn't needed it thus far tonight. Well, he did last week. Toth is relatively easy going in this first half. Perez and now Diabreu responsible for this 3-goal lead for the visitors from the Inland Empire.
It does count as a power play for Ontario as well.
How long was that power play?
0.5 seconds, if that. Sockers have some work to do tonight, and the crowd is stunned on this retro night. They've had a ton of energy, and the Sockers have responded by, unfortunately, revisiting all their home offensive woes this evening so far.
Oh.
Outside the crease,
There's
Pardo.
No way.
Little extra touch for Reyes there.
Way.
Escoto, almost out of control, regains control! Sent in and sent Felipe into the wall. Leo is back on the ball with 1:45 left. The long shot's wide by Pino. Into the crowd by Walls. Top of the arc, they say he was inside the red line when he served it.
Another big break for the Sockers. You got to get one back before halftime. Here you go.
Free kick, top of the arc. Restart, first of the night. That was a second penalty kick goal for Maicon Diabreu this year. Now, Sockers have a couple of Craig Childs free kicks. Sends it left wing. Leo The one-touch shot was blocked. Escoto, wall pass back, knocked by Cutler to Toth to clear. Watched that in training this week, and that was the result every time. Leo's shot was blocked. Childs wide. I think that extra touch gives the defense a chance to control.
I feel like Ontario's fine with the Sockers getting into the
Here's
final
Childs.
third.
Childs pushed
Dallin
down,
Cutler.
play on. Cutler walks it toward his own goal.
Dallin Cutler, my goodness.
Evan sends it to Cutler.
Here he is again.
70 seconds remaining before halftime.
I was going to say, I think Ontario fine with letting the Sockers get into the final third. The field has seemed so small tonight for the Sockers.
Easy call as walls went flying. Pino called for the foul.
Salvaggio's got to figure out a way. Childs has got to figure out a way as a team leader, and whoever else can contribute in the halftime talk, figuring out a way in the third quarter to come out and spread the field out. Not make this thing just a little bit bigger. It's like the field's just been shrinking on the Sockers every time they have the ball. And Ontario is just holding down these tight pockets of space.
Escoto's down. Whistle sounds. Escoto stays down.
No foul, but the whistle.
He's holding his right leg.
Whistle in the end of it. Hoping
He's
Escoto's
drawing
okay.
Salvaggio and Savage out, and we'll see. Brandon Escoto, the San Diego Sockers' leading scorer this year, with 8 goals, 14 points in 7 matches, averaging 2 points a match. And that was Fernando Pena on the judgment here, as Escoto remains down. Well, on the upside, it's not raining yet. And you know what? There's plenty of time left, and we know the Sockers can score 8.5. And the one thing you know is right now what Ontario's doing defensively. Boy, it's impressive, man. It's impressive.
It hasn't been really any Chris Toth. He's made a couple of saves, and you should get credit for everything he does. He's so spectacular most of the time. When he has a routine game, we tend to overlook it, but it's been everybody out there in a black uniform. The blocked shot number, I can't wait to check in on that at halftime. It's just been a swarm of Ontario players giving the Sockers absolutely no space and welcoming them into their own defensive third. And actually, the deeper you get in on us here, the better we are as far as our strategy.
Brandon Escoto struggling to put anything on his shooting foot, his left foot. He needs help to get off the field. Now putting some weight on it.
Appreciate that gesture there from Evan McNeely. It's as fierce of a competitor, as physical of a player as you're going to find in the MASL. And upon that first challenge with Escoto, he's looking down, screaming at him to get up and making sure that the foul wasn't called. Then when he saw Brandon down on the ground, he's still kind of rolling his eyes. And once he realized the severity of the situation, through no fault of his own, just an unfortunate incident there, McNeely took it upon himself to say, hey, I've changed my perspective a little bit, walked over and wished Escoto well.
Top of the arc for Ontario.
Oh, man. That is not okay. And Pino knows it. Guerrero.
The Fury are 3 for 3. They go 4 for 4. Will that be enough? Statistically, it would mean a Chris Toth win every time. This one's blocked in the air, and Pardo needs to be there. 30 seconds left. Long throw out to Leo. He's got it, and he's got space. Here's De Oliveira. He rolls in and shoots, and it's kicked off the line. It's Evan McNeely at the moment of truth.
McNeely
continuing the abject frustration of the San Diego Sockers. This happened this arena.
Pino and Perez getting into it. Walls separating them. 9.8 left for the Sockers to get a goal here. Evan McNeely rescuing Chris Toth, keeping the clean sheet intact. 8 seconds now.
Velez. And the clock will expire. And Evan McNeely saves a goal at the end. And the Ontario Fury have come in here and dominated the Sockers for 30 minutes. 3-0 the score line on restarts and a penalty kick. How about that? What's San Diego got in store for the second half? What's coming up? This should really be some theater. This should be something to see.
Better be goals. It better be goals. On retro night, rocking the 1988
and they're going to burn
kits.
these things that I fought so hard to get.
I mean, in all fairness, this is a repeat of what we saw last week in the brand new uniform. So we can talk about the shirts, we can talk about retro night, but this has just been Ontario defense. This has been Ontario following the recipe of success that we've seen from them early on in this MASL season, and they're getting the best of the Sockers right now. They're frustrating San Diego, and it's a former Socker really doing most of the frustrating, and it's not Chris Toth. It's one Evan McNeely with probably the biggest save of that first half there right at the end, off the line with the shin. McNeely keeping it at 3-0 in favor of the guests from the Inland Empire. What a first half from the Fury. Sockers with a big ascent to start on once we get the third quarter underway.
My goodness. This has been quite a show from Ontario. I've watched the Fury for many years. And I tell you what, Nate Abrea, I've never seen them better than what we saw last week and this week. I think Tony Walls has transformed this team, and Adrian Perez is such an offensive difference maker. He's about the one guy, you know, but you've got the complementary pieces, and you see what Hughes and McNeely are doing to fortify this team. You see their organization. You see what the Gonzalezes are contributing, what Cutler and Holloman bring to the field. There's a lot going on right now for the Ontario Fury in a good way, sitting at 6-3, but they're going to be halfway done with their San Diego schedule, and if they pull a road win here, they're going to feel pretty good about where they are.
Absolutely. It's a deserved lead for this team right now. The Sockers had done nothing in that opening 30 minutes to warrant a tie score or a lead. I don't want to be too harsh on San Diego. There were glimpses early on in this game of good things, of Taylor Bond and Craig Childs early on in this game in the first 5 to 10 minutes. It looked like it was going to be a very promising night. Talked about the importance of getting the lead, not letting Chris Toth be in goal with the lead, and here we are. There's so much for all of that. Not only is he in goal with a lead when he comes out from the halftime break, he's got a 3-goal advantage, he and his side.
We will go to halftime as the kids come out to play, and when we come back, our men will come out and return to play, and Nate will call the third quarter, and we'll see what happens. 3-0 Fury on Perez again, twice on restarts, and Mike Diabreu on a penalty kick goal. 3-0 Ontario, and we stop down for halftime on MASL TV.
My back is killing me.
Any better?
No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Sockers tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to stsockers.com.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Hi, thanks for checking out American Spa and Pool Pros. We provide liability insurance for pool service professionals. Whether your business is pool repair, builders, remodelers, plasterers, or just about any service for swimming pools, we have a plan for you. Our customers love us, and they keep coming back year after year. We're licensed to insure your pool business in more states than any other pool service association in America. We offer great coverage and competitive rates. There's a flexible plan that's perfect to protect your business and your livelihood. Have a question? Just ask. We look forward to you becoming a member of ASAPP today.
Service.
Determination.
Motivation.
Dedication.
Knowledge.
We are the directors of Proactive Physical Therapy, and we are committed to your care.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
My back is killing me.
Any better?
No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Soccer's tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to stsockers.com.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Hi, thanks for checking out American Spa and Pool Pros. We provide liability insurance for pool service professionals. Whether your business is pool repair, builders, remodelers, plasterers, or just about any service for swimming pools, we have a plan for you. Our customers love us and they keep coming back year after year. We're licensed to insure your pool business in more states than any other pool service association in America. We offer great coverage and competitive rates. There's a flexible plan that's perfect to protect your business and your livelihood. Have a question? Just ask. We look forward to you becoming a member of ASAPP today.
Service. Determination.
Motivation.
Dedication.
Knowledge.
We are the directors of Proactive Physical Therapy, and we are committed to your care.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
We're back in San Diego. 3-0 Ontario leading the Sockers. Pechanga Arena, San Diego is the scene. Craig Elston, Nate Abarea here with you. We've had a great time so far in terms of the fans, the atmosphere, listening to Bobby Cressy perform, and I heard how loud it got, even with a lot of the crowd out at the merchandise booth, when the kids playing at halftime scored. It was a lovely scene. Can we see it replicated at the MASL level tonight here in the same field? That's the question. As the Ontario Fury, visiting from the Inland Empire, have put together a dynamic defensive plan over the course of the last 2 games. Nearly had a shutout of the Sockers back on, wow, that sounded a lot different suddenly, on Saturday. Oh, and somewhat back. And then tonight, even a lot more of the same. A 3-0 Fury lead. However, 15 fresh minutes on the clock. And here with the play-by-play, Nate Abarea.
San Diego Sockers The ascent must start right now. 30 minutes left in the game. 30 gone, 30 to go. Sockers trailing 3-0 to the guests from the Inland Empire. They were here 6 nights ago. They led 2-0 in that game before the Sockers came roaring back to win 3-2 in golden goal overtime. It'll take more than 3 tonight to win. The Sockers got to be nails defensively in this second half. Taylor Bond whistled for a foul 24 seconds in to this third quarter. Again, my name is Nate Abaurrea, joined alongside Craig Elston for commentary here on MASL TV. A pleasure and privilege to be with you. As always, we'll be back with you on Sunday night. Sunday night seems a long way away for the Sockers with this deficit they have in front of them right now. Ontario, the black and silver with the red trim, attacking from left to right on your screens, your TVs, your tablets, your smartphones, however you're taking this thing in. Sockers in those classy retro 1988 championship-inspired kits, attacking from right to left on your screens here in this third quarter.
Kits look great. Soccer's finish has not. Let's see if they can make that adjustment in the third quarter.
1 minute and change gone here in this third period. Ball up from Gonzalez is knocked away. Sockers are going to get back, though, with Pittman. Pittman. The overlapping run to Ruiz. Ruiz back to the point, just rolls right under the foot of Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez, twin wearing 77. Works it back to this near side. Piwi Ortega. Piwi Ortega back over to Gonzalez. In front of the boards on the right attacking side for San Diego. Again, space for so hard to come by for the home side tonight. Ontario. Locusts in a swarm every time a Sockers player gets the ball. Been defenders on them. They've defended as a team. Defended as a unit. They've made it where Chris Toth, their star goalkeeper, one of the greatest performances we've seen in some time last week. He hasn't had to do a whole lot here this evening. This one's headed off the boards by Leo. It's going to come back to Gonzalez. Golazo. Goal! It fell for Gonzalez, and he made no mistake about it. It's time to dance. The Sockers are on the board. And after 32 minutes and 4 seconds of scoreless soccer for San Diego, Felipe Gonzalez, the other twin, says 3-1.
And it starts once again with a play through the middle and the ball finding its way to Leo. And this time as it caroms off, just the perfect step through and the finish that the Sockers have been looking for, and the first salsa dance of 2018-19. Welcome back from Vegas with love, Felipe Gonzalez.
Look out for the Sockers. Eddie to Childs. Childs up wide, came up just a little high on him. El Vaquero saw the pride of Poway streaking up that left side, played it perfectly to him, skimmed up just a little high in the end. Craig got under it and put it up into the netting. But the Sockers, just what the doctor ordered. 2 minutes, 4 seconds in to this third period. Felipe Gonzalez with the goal to
quick steal back by Felipe.
Get it back, and here's Felipe again. Forward to Bond. Gonzalez again, knocked away by Dallin Cutler. Sockers are going to get it back with Guerrero Pino. Taylor Bond, lively first half from the Sockers number 2. He peels this thing back to Rojo. Manuel Rojo got runners up that right side. Pittman was calling for it, but Rojo wisely lays it back to the Warrior. Guerrero Pino. Good spacing from Pittman. Checks 2. Not the best touch there from Pittman. Now he just clips it into the back corner. Trying to find Childs. Cleared out partway to the midfield stripe. It's Felipe Gonzalez now knocking it down. The high shoulder area back to Boris Pardo. 3 minutes gone here in this third quarter. The Sockers strike first in this second half, just as they needed to do. Childs wins it down in that corner. Still Childs, nifty bit of footwork. Works it back to Gonzalez. Drive right down the throat, and this one's going to go in. Childs will claim it. It's a goal for San Diego. The Sockers are right back in this thing. Captain Fantastic. Goal! Craig Childs. Craig Elston.
Look at the impact Felipe Gonzalez, Nate, is having on this club right now.
Giles works for the ball in the corner, and that's the right run. He's waiting for it. He strikes on pace, and that gives the opportunity. They say by the hands.
Oh, wow. I'd be curious to get another look at that. We talked about Maradona hand to God back in the first half with Greg Giles.
Hang on. Wait for the kickoff. It's a goal, buddy.
It's a goal. Ain't no taking it back now.
There's goal! Scored by number 37, Craig Giles. Unassisted.
There's a Scoto.
The goal,
However,
again for the Sockers.
However he scored it. And now, here's Velez off the post. Toth clears out. Zé Roberto heads back towards his own bench on the bounce, and Ontario will have the restart. We saw that replay, and we saw the ball bounce kind of chaotically there. Giles on a slide put it in. Every Ontario player in the vicinity threw up the hand, patting the hand, saying he hit it in with the arm. Giles was busy running off celebrating after bringing the score to Ontario 3, Sockers 2.
And waving his finger in the air.
He was saying that's what I put it in with. But I can't tell anybody that. Got here at the other end. Ontario still with it. This one's now with Lore. Lore back to Hughes. Hughes wants to drive one. Hughes still wants to drive one. He does drive one. And it's saved by Boris Pardo.
Beautiful build-up by the Fury.
We got ourselves a ball game.
Look at this bad touch. Pardo almost lost it.
Over on that far side for the Sockers. Escoto, who's back in the game for San Diego. That one somehow stays in off the high glass. And now it's going to go out of play. 10:23, a lively opening 5 minutes here in this third quarter. Good stuff for the Sockers. They're right back into this game. After trailing 3-0 at the start of this third quarter, they got it back to 3-2 as we come up on 5 minutes gone. 1 quarter to go after this one, maybe even more. Saw these teams go into golden goal overtime 6 days ago.
Look at this.
Here's Walls. Walls, save. Pardo, second chance. Wide. Boyle on at his own third. Calm. Clears out all by himself. Plays forward to Leo. Leo past the red line. Pittman save. Leo second chance doesn't fall to him. Toth got the strong paw to it. Knocked it back out centrally the way he wouldn't want to, but he got away with it in the end.
Wow. Left hand extended 5 fingers.
Here's Pittman.
Leo getting a chance here.
Oliveira back with Rojo. Leo tries to work over to that far side. Eddie Velez chasing back now for the Sockers. Lovely stuff from Ontario, and here's Chico. Brilliant first touch off the crossbar. Oh, it was a brilliant passage of play from the visitors. Chico back in it. Ontario, goal. Goal! It fell to Tornell, and he made no mistake. Just when the Sockers had gotten back into it, the 2-goal lead is restored. Tornell picking up the pieces and giving a fine finish.
But it was really outstanding build-up all the way. Could have been finished by Walls early. And then when Hoyle could not control, that led to the step out and the score. Tornell makes no mistake, and back to a 2-goal lead.
Nothing Boris Pardo could do in the end of it. Great finish from Tornell.
Critical goal for Ontario.
Number 8, Robert Tornell. Unassisted at time of the goal.
Taylor Bond off the post. Rebound. Felipe Gonzalez otra vez. Welcome back, my friend. You wait all this time for one Felipe goal, and 2 come along in 1 quarter. Just like that, it's back to a 1-goal deficit. Ontario 4, Sockers 3. Tense it up, baby.
9 seconds later, the Sockers are back to a 1-goal match, and it's Bond trying to finish, but Felipe, right place, right time, right finish, right salsa dance. Look at the impact this guy has on this club.
Scored by number 6, Felipe Gonzalez. His second goal of the match, assisted by number 2, Taylor Bond. Time of the goal, 6:21.
Assist from Bond off the boards. Pee-wee goes
Here's
down,
Eddie.
and here's Eddie off the inside of the post. Oh man, Zé Roberto picks it back up. Sockers fans saying, let's go. Childs, low drive, off the post, off the toe, and in! It's 4-all! Level at 4. Fortune for the Sockers. Child's shot went wide, bounced off the rear end of Toth and into the goal for the equalizer. We'll see the replay here, Craig. Unlucky as the first shot went off the Toth, then off the post. Zé Roberto picks it up at the red line, plays Childs in the center, and the pass goes, the shot, I beg your pardon, goes off the post, back off the Toth, and in.
Zay gets the helper, and what an eventful 7th minute it was. 3 goals.
Suddenly 8 goals on the night. Foul committed by Juan Gonzalez. In this third quarter, it's been all about his brother Felipe. The twin with the number 6 on the back of his kit has been one making all the noise, scoring for the Sockers. Childs pitching in as well. Braces in this third quarter for both of those gentlemen, Gonzalez and Childs. It's 4-all, 7:54 left here in this third quarter. Ball played back for
Chance to run.
Knocked away. Here comes Escoto into Pollo. Pollo has it knocked away. Leonardo de Oliveira, still Leo, pulled back to Juan Gonzalez.
To allow Pollo to get up.
Gets it to Pino. Boris Pardo. Over to Gonzalez.
What a game, what an action, and listen to this crowd, man. This place is just electrified.
Oh, it's livened up, and then some here in this third quarter after a dud of a first half. Here comes Pino, save Toth, Leo, shot scuffed. And now look out here, Walls plays this one well. Was Walls fouled? Was he impeded? Walls still fighting for it. Was he fouled there? Walls fighting on the ground saying, where's the whistle? It just never came. Ball forward at the other end. No time to think about it because here's Leo. Leo tries to play a pass to the referee and instead chases it down. Now gets it back. It's knocked away. Still going at it down there. The Sockers win it back, and it's now at the feet of Pee-wee Ortega. Pee-wee Ortega pass off the mark trying to find Brandon Escoto. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Having a fun time here at MASL TV. Escoto off the wall trying to find himself, and instead it finds the paws of Chris Toth.
I think in the first half, they wanted Leo to pass about 8 times. When he didn't do it, he passed it there, and there was nobody home.
Headed out. Coming down. Juan Carlos Gonzalez off the top of the boards and out of play. 6.5 minutes remaining. If you're just joining us as we reach the timeout, if you are just joining us, the Sockers trailed 3-0. 3 to goose egg at halftime. We have had an entertaining, I think that would be a lightweight statement, an entertaining third quarter.
5 goals in 7 minutes?
The Sockers,
good enough for you?
Sees the Sockers in a 4-4 game as we still got a lot of time left here in this third quarter. Something to these third quarters this season, my friend.
Oh my goodness. This has been pure entertainment. It shows you where the Sockers can bring the next level when they calm down and execute and finish. And the impact Felipe Gonzalez has had on this match in just 7 minutes here has been spectacular as he just hit the turbo button and went into boss mode and just started dominating, firing it into the net, being at the right place at the right time, facilitating and just making the right decision all the time. And that allows Craig Childs to do what he does best, finish one way and another. And we've seen him finish twice in 2 of the more unusual fashions of his career.
One of them, the most recent one, went off the backside of Chris Toth after Childs' shot went wide. The one prior we'll get another look at once this thing's all done, and I'm sure there plenty of you have seen the replay and had your own opinions. Can only speak for myself upon seeing the replay of that Childs goal that made the score 3-2. It did certainly look like the Ontario players were correct in their assessment, in vehement protest of that goal, saying that it had gone off the hand of Craig Childs. Boris Pardo having a chat with the officials. Chris Toth, his counterpart, was having a more of a heated chat with the officials during that timeout. But we're back underway now. 6.5 minutes remaining here in this wild third period. Nate Abarea and Craig Elston with you on MASL TV. Sockers again, attacking the goal to your left. They've done it oh so well here in this third quarter. After not scoring once in the opening 30 minutes, they scored 4 times in less than 9 minutes since they came out of their halftime team talk out of the dressing room with intent. Here's Childs. Down in the corner being defended by his old pal McNeely. Off a couple of Ontario players, and here's Chico. Chico didn't play a lot in that first half. He should be fresh for the second half. And here's Perez. Adrian Perez still fighting for it, and it's chested back calmly into the hands of Boris Pardo. Good stuff from Pee Wee, chasing back. Here's Zay Roberto, the elder statesman down there for the San Diego Sockers. The number 8, the 2 letters on the back of his kit tonight. Zay plays it over to Pino. Boris Pardo stepping up onto that Soccer Loco logo. Back to the war year. Guerrero Pino clips forward, and I think it's going to come down for Toth. Not an easy one there. Got to know how to play the glass. Toth is oh so familiar with this arena. He knows every last detail of the boards and glass, but now it's given away. Here's Juan Gonzalez. He would love to get one. Maybe even match his twin brother, who's got 2 tonight, both in this third quarter. Ontario possessing in their own half. Ball's going to be worked back to Chris Toth, son of a Sockers legend. Zoltan, his father, taking it back to the golden era tonight. And these kits brings back so many good memories. Great Sockers alumni in attendance tonight. An alumni night coming up before the end of the season that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But Toth, the family name, Zoltan, Chris, doesn't matter who it is, forever connected to this Sockers club. But tonight, he wants to beat the Sockers. Here's Perez. Perez still on it. Still Perez. Pulls it back now. Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Back to Jeff Hughes, the former Socker, into Walls. Hughes was taken out late. Walls was saying, hey, I was ready to spin, shoot, and score, and then the whistle comes, and we're not even going to get a power play out of it. Walls is as unhappy as anyone in the building right now. And you see Hughes and Escoto sorting out their disagreement, and does Jeff want to just blast this one? He's going to. He scuffs it, and it actually falls to Perez, who puts it up and over the goal. I don't know if Adrian Perez realized that thing was coming to him until it was too late. Just couldn't contort himself properly. Directed on goal. Kind of got it off the ball of the ankle there. Put it up and over Boris Pardo's goal. Into the netting. Guerrero Pino stepping forward onto that Soccer Loco logo. 4:20 left here in the third quarter. Pardo. Over to Rojo. Rojo to Pino. Pino looking for space. Are we going to end this third quarter tied? Will somebody take the lead before the horn sounds? Here's Pino. Knocked away by Walls. Walls off the wall, pinned by Childs. Childs shot just wide. Toth. Oh, slide by Childs. Toth. Joga bonito, Chris Toth. Says ole, my old friend. Toth again.
There it goes.
Step over Chris Toth. Sigue Chris Toth. Sigue Chris Toth. Still Toth. Otra vez. Oh, beautiful stuff from Toth. To Walls.
Look at this. He's created a 2-on-1.
I'm not even joking. Here's Walls. Rolls it into the hands of Pardo. You thought I was kidding there. Here's Escoto. Fighting for it down to the corner. Brandon Escoto, the Tijuanense, tucked in the corner now with 2 defenders on him. Escoto has it knocked away. And Ontario head the other way. Walls knocked to the ground. And it's back to the feet of Chris Toth.
Oh, what happened there? We've got a man down on what I believe was an inadvertent elbow to the head in front of the Fury bench that was seen by neither referee on the field, but I saw it right when it happened.
Now, what did you see down there,
I think
Craig?
it was Escoto going by on Robert Tornell.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and it didn't look good. Have no ability to say whether there was anything intentional involved.
I don't think so at all. It just looked like two guys running one direction and the other. And he's checking. I think he's okay. Didn't ask for the trainer, but he's pointing at the bench. So think about that. 3:06 left in the third quarter. And it was on a change. He was trying to get by, and there was a man stepping out. Well, tough.
Yeah, Escoto rushed into him. What made it look like worse than it was the fact that Brandon kind of jumped almost to get out of the way and then brought both of his arms.
Because the second guy was hopping off the bench at that right moment.
Right. We're going to sort this out. I don't think Escoto should see any punishment for what happened there.
Well, it's hard when you don't call a foul, but...
Well, they're going back.
They're going to give it there. They're going to give it a video review, and, look, that's the proper thing to do.
Well, as
all
the
four refs are gathered around the TV right now.
As the officials sort this out, we can tell you that the Sockers have sorted out their number one problem from that first half. That was finding the back of the net, putting shots on goal. They've had plenty of them here in this third quarter, and most of them have gone past Chris Toth and into the net.
Hey, this is going the wrong way from the Sockers' perspective. Based on body language, Jeff Hughes is nodding and smiling. Craig Childs, two palms extended to the air, saying, what? You didn't call a foul, and now you're going to call this? And what are they going to call, Nate?
Wait and see here, because, again, they're saying that Escoto was almost just going up. That's at least what I saw in the replay and from afar out of the corner of the eye, was Escoto kind of almost jumping out of the way, and then in doing so brought both of his forearms in front of his own face. Those forearms then collided with the Ontario player. So was Escoto simply protecting himself, or, and this is a question that I don't know if it's possible to answer, was Escoto intentionally bringing those forearms up into the face area of the Ontario player? It was...
now, Fernando Pena to Chris Toth just said, what do you want me to do? Which indicates to me that she can't... I don't know what they're going to call here, frankly, but the Sockers are not a man down.
How do you prove intent in a situation like this?
I mean, they just give the ball back to Ontario is what they do, I
mean, it's catch-22 for the officials, too. I feel for their predicament right now. First, they had to calm Childs down, talk to Salvaggio. Now they got to calm Jimmy Nordberg and the Ontario team down. And after all of that, it looks like we're just going to keep it as is. Well, okay then.
Third quarter's had a bit of everything, hasn't it?
Well, there's some...
What's the fourth quarter going to bring?
Stay tuned and find out.
What a game we've gotten. What a sport, Major Arena Soccer League.
3 minutes and a little bit of change left here in this third quarter.
Just imagine where this league could go.
Sockers would love to go into the lead right here. It's in with Leo. One-touch stuff and a goal. Goal! Pee-wee picks the corner. Leo picks out Pee-wee. One-touch stuff from the Sockers. Joga bonito from the whole team. Straight up the pitch. From the right attacking side into Leo. One-touch goal.
That's how you practice it, and that's how you do it. And that's why you trade for Leo de Oliveira, is to give you that facilitator. He's been laying it off. He's got 2 assists now tonight, and the Sockers have a lead in the third quarter.
How much did we talk about that in the first half? Leo, the distributor.
Scored by number 69, Luis Ortega. Assisted by number 11, Leonardo
Jeff
de
Hughes.
Oliveira.
Hughes has it for Ontario, who now trail in this game. The Sockers with a 5-goal onslaught here in the third period. Eddie Velez. Forward past Walls. Now heels it back to Craig Childs, who says, everybody take a deep breath and let's go again. Line change for San Diego. Childs back to Pardo. Rojo into the game. Over on to a red line. Guerrero Pino. Pass back to Pardo. Brandon Escoto back in the game. Long ball for Childs. Headed towards the danger area. Chested down calmly by McNeely into the hands of Toth. 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Toth with the ball at his feet. Cuts by Childs again. Chris Toth, the ball at his feet this evening. It's been fun to watch. This is Ontario. Not sure how much fun Jimmy Nordberg's been having watching Chris Toth play with his feet.
Look out.
Lovely stuff from Perez and high into the netting. That first touch to bring that thing down was gorgeous.
Oh, boy.
And I thought Perez, a couple of Ontario players were saying that thing deflected in the end of it. It seems as if Perez just got way too far under it and put it straight up into the netting.
And that has been reversed.
Oh, well, there you go. First impulse was correct from way up here. I thought that deflected, and Perez's his protest was so casual. Maybe it pays off to be nice. Said, hey, I think maybe that thing deflected. Give it some thought. Free kick, Ontario. Timeout. Ontario with a minute 39 left here in the third quarter.
3 for 4 in free kicks tonight.
Yeah.
And one of those was a wing kick, so you have to figure out a good way to mark Adrian Perez here. Here's how you mark for family fun. You come out Sunday evening at 5 p.m. It's Wild West night, and you'll get your country music, you'll get your special halftime entertainment, and everybody goes home with a Sockers logo mini cowbell. It's yellow, it's blue, it's fantastic, it rings, it makes the clattering sound you know and love so well. We want more cowbell, it's what we need at Pechanga Arena. More cowbell will be the answer. Sunday at 5, but here's the thing, more action. Sunday at 5 when the Sockers take on the El Paso Coyotes for the first and only time this year. This is what makes this sport so special, Nate. 3-0, you feel like you've got this match figured out? It's 5-4 now. It can all change on a dime, and a team of the quality of the San Diego Sockers just needs to coordinate themselves. Phil Salvaggio and his staff pride themselves on halftime adjustments. Coach Phil has said that to me time and again. Feels that's one of his strengths as a coach. And look at the adjustment tonight to all of a sudden, I think most important as this match continues forward, it's still anybody's game, right? 5-4. It's that Chris Toth's invulnerability has been punctured now.
Toth was invincible last week in this building. One of the best performances we've seen in goal from anyone in some time. It's been his best night this evening. He's been at fault really for anything. A lot of bad luck, especially that goal that tied things at 4. That went wide. The shot from Childs and bounced off the boards off of Toth and in for the goal. Time for Ontario to equalize here, though. Gonzalez plays it short, and it's in! Chico, 5-5. Goal! Francisco Cordero with a minute 38 left here in this third period. Levels the score. Handful of goals for each side tonight. And again, for the 4th time in this game, it's the Ontario Fury from a set piece with the goal.
Perfectly executed, imperfectly guarded. It's Rojo who needs to get there in time, and he did not. And it's 5-5. We're right back to it.
7 goals in this third quarter. I swear I'll save some for you, Craig.
Well, now you're almost guaranteeing it.
17, Francisco Cordero. Assisted by number 11, one Carlos Gonzalez.
Danger now.
Cleared off the glass. Only as far as Escoto, though. Escoto back to the red line. Touch with that left foot. Was it knocked away? Fighting down there is Adrian Perez, and he's knocked to the ground.
He's the fouler in this
Ontario.
case.
Oh, and the foul goes for the Sockers. I mean, you're watching the reaction.
I agree, actually, with
You're watching the reaction from the Ontario bench as well. Oh, my goodness. 1:16 left here in the third. We're back underway. No time to dwell on the call. Ontario got to get back organized. They're back on even terms. Number 69 who scored a goal in this third quarter. Scored the goal that made it 5 for San Diego. Gave the Sockers the lead. Back came Ontario. Leo off the chest, a little strong. Pollo Iran Pollo Ruiz, shot wide off the glass to Escoto, Leo, Ruiz, Pee-wee. This one's driven high and wide. Zé Roberto's going to chase down. Is there one more chance in it for San Diego? Here's Pee-wee again. Luis Ortega waiting for support. 18 seconds remaining. Gonzalez to his twin brother who scored twice in this third quarter. Is there a hat trick in the making? It's Leo. Still Leo. Leonardo de Oliveira, backheel pass. Velez. Leo off the boards, off a toe, just wide. And I think that's going to do it. No, I speak too soon. It's out of play, but it's going to be Ontario ball.
Then it is over.
No set piece for San Diego. Ball back to Toth, and that is going to do it for the third quarter. Your halftime score in this game was Sockers 0, Ontario 3. Your score after 15 subsequent minutes of arena soccer, 5-all. 15 minutes to go here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The San Diego Sockers and the Ontario Fury locked up in a wild one, an entertaining one, an intriguing fourth quarter. Coming up on the other side of this break, Nate Abarea and Craig Elston will be back with you right here on MASL TV. Again, your score after 45 minutes in this football rapido affair. Sockers 5, Fury 5. Stay tuned.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
My back is killing me.
Any better?
No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Sockers tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to stsockers.com.
The San Diego Sockers have the perfect plan for your next birthday party. A San Diego Sockers game. Birthday parties of 12 or more receive reserved corner loge tickets, Cravery cookies, a Sockers signed ball as a birthday gift, gifts for each party goer, a visit from Sockers mascot Sonny, a birthday card, and more. Parties starting at just $240. An incredible value. Find out more at sdsockers.com. Nate Abarea back here with you on MASL TV. The Sockers trailed 3-0 at halftime. A 7-goal third quarter sees us where we stand right now as the fourth quarter is about to get underway. Sockers 5, Fury 5. And to take you the rest of the way with the play-by-play, here's Craig Elston.
Excellent work, Nate Abarea. I think I'm a little hot on that, baby. We've got 15 minutes left to play. I'm super hot on that, I think. And it is 5-5. The Sockers and Fury tied up. The comeback was awesome. The Sockers are awesome, but what does the final 15 have in store? Here we go. Left to right, the Sockers. Right to left, the Fury. Nothing decided yet. San Diego's played 3 of 7 to golden goal this year in terms of matches. Could it be 4 of 8 tonight? It's McNeely sending one that Pino chests down. Quick movement by Bond to try and send Childs into the corner. Gonzalez there first, right across the goal mouth. And Walls draws the foul. They called it the other way, on Pino, and now quickly forward to Cutler. Cutler working on Felipe Gonzalez. Felipe turned this game around, and then they call it on Felipe. Interesting there. It looked like Cutler kind of dragged Felipe down.
It was going both ways.
And we'll have a free kick. Look out for free kicks. Hughes, it's McNeely. Deflected! And Gonzalez has to have a rescue. Hughes shoots wide. Still to the Fury boot. Nice dig out by Gonzalez. That shot blocked by Zay. McNeely tracks it down, and minute 46 has seen a lot of shots from Ontario off of this set piece. Pino the step in steal. Second touch takedown, play on. Childs coming 2-on-1 with Pino. Childs sees him, steps right foot, cuts it behind Pino. Stepping up. Here's a chance in the corner. Still alive, Eddie Velez. The Caro trying to feed Childs. McNeely knew it. McNeely stole it. Here comes Adrian Perez stepping forward. Perez will shoot. Punched away by Pardo. And second hopping, short hopping the wall. Playing and continuing with Pee Wee in pursuit, and Leo as well. Leo digs it out. Pee Wee sends it forward. It's Eddie Velez with 13:22 left in the fourth quarter.
It's the fourth quarter. Goalie's coming out to be a part of the play a little bit more now. And I'll tell you what, Pee Wee looked up and saw Toth off his line. He half thought about it from the halfway mark there.
Here is Escoto. Into the middle looking for Leo. Perez will take it away. And that deflects off Juan Gonzalez and rifles into the bench of the San Diego Sockers. 12:57 to go. Shots are 21-14 on the scoreboard in favor of San Diego. And after being down 1-0 after 15 and 3-0 after 30, the Sockers erupt, as we've seen them do so many times, Nate. 5 goals in a quarter. And they tie it up. Got to give Ontario credit for not falling behind.
Oh, and after all that, we have now a 12-minute, 45-second game on our hands.
Escoto's on the field, and let's keep an eye on this. Remember, the Fury feel like he gave them an elbow that wasn't called. Pee Wee has to head it back and does so smartly to Pardo. He's got a strong arm and looking for Escoto on the wing. Ball was out in front of him. Leo gets a touch to win it. Best game so far for De Oliveira. Leo coming forward. Perfectly weighted. It's Pee Wee in the corner. Draws 2. Battle, Escoto trying to spin out. Chico gets there first. Leo steps in. With a high boot, sent out. This should be top of the arc, and it is. A restart for San Diego. Free kick from the top of the arc.
Get Childs straight off the bench. Saying, line change. I'm calling one right now.
Captain's privilege to stand on these because he's the right guy to do it.
Going to be a shot, maybe a little bluff, and a pull back to his left to Christian Gutierrez. Or Escoto to his right.
Pino to Escoto blocked.
I like that. I like that play. Love that chalkboard action right there from the Sockers. It's good stuff from Ontario, canceling it out.
Escoto again. Escoto's got a chance here. Right-footed, just wide. Gutierrez continues to test the high netting.
Coming down a little bit. Bringing it down, evening things out.
The kids have filled up the deep end, and look at that. We got ourselves a cheering section, folks, in a tie match, 5-5. 12 minutes and less now in the fourth quarter. Adrian Perez has 2 goals tonight. Jeff Hughes working in front of the bench, standing in front of those Sockers retro kits. And a peaceful moment of calm erupted in a game of furious action in Football Rapido. Now here's Chris Toth once again. Reyes standing, turning good. This is a well-played pass. Here's the shot! Punched away, but look out! He punched it over. Boris Pardo comes up with a huge shot and a huge save. It'll be a restart, and we know what these free kicks have meant. 4 have found the net tonight. Rojo is out there, and he's the one they've got to keep an eye on. Nothing against him. He's just a rookie that hasn't been in these moments yet for San Diego too much. The 120-year-old on the roster. He'll turn 21 next week on the road in Tacoma. Reyes sends it out to the right wing. The second pass is knocked down. Sockers on the counter. Taylor Bond's pass deflects forward and skitters into the bench. Right past Victor Melendez, the amiable practice leader and goalie coach. He's as capable as he is friendly. Pollo looking for Eddie. A battle for the ball. Perez and Velez. Perez sends it deep. A whistle. And the third foul. No, a three-line pass. Gotcha. Three-line pass means top of the red line free kick.
I threw up the three fingers. You had a one.
I don't know.
You had a 1 and 2 chance
there. Yeah.
You had a 1 and 2 chance, Craig.
3 lines. That makes sense.
Next time I'll have a 3, and then I'll make a line right here.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And as our team semaphore improves, the Sockers hope to improve their chemistry on this free kick.
I am learning American Sign lately. It's some very interesting and oh so valuable stuff. So we'll just create some new. That's a 3-line pass. That's our signal up here from now on.
Got it.
Okay.
3 linea. Come back and join us Sunday.
He has been issued to the Sockers for illegal substitution. Once again, that is a bench warning issued on the Sockers for illegal substitution.
Oops. Next one would be a blue card.
You see Childs and Toth having the most sentimental of jawing right now, messing around with each other.
Phil's
like they
calling
have for
timeout. He's asking for it.
so many years. Childs was threatening to take the free kick quickly there with Toth off his line. Of course, that's not going to happen.
And this, of course, allows a substitution. One of my favorite things is to watch Phil get mad, by the way. Not that I like it when it hurts the team in any way, but it's quite entertaining.
Between Salvaggio and Nordberg this evening, there's been plenty of anger from the coaches. There's been a lot of people channeling anger in the right ways out on the pitch. This has been a ferocious contest. Really, both sides bringing their A game. An ebb and flow to this one in the second half, that third quarter in particular. Both sides, of course, the Ontario team letting in those 5 goals. 5-2, they were outscored in that third quarter, but after going down 5-4 to fight back and make it 5-5. Get a lot of credit, a lot of respect. Just as responsible as the Sockers for putting us where we are right now, and that is, if you're a fan watching this at home, wherever and however you're taking this thing in, this is what we love. This is a tie game with 11 minutes and change left in the Major Arena Soccer League on a Friday night in America's finest city. Let's have it. Let's come out of this timeout. Take this baby home. Sockers want to go on another run like they did in that third quarter. Put this thing to rest soon. Or maybe, just maybe, and I'm leaning towards this, I'm feeling we're going to come down to the final minute in this game. It just has that feel. It's a retro night. We're bringing it back to the late 80s. Those glory days in this grand old arena, as Guy Newman called it, back on opening night, the son of the late, great Ron Newman, and here on Ron Newman Field on retro night with these 1988 Sockers kits. It seems all too fitting that this game should come down to some Sockers magic in the final seconds, the final minutes.
Here we go. And stepping up, Evan McNeely probably wasn't as designed.
That was lacking magic.
Yeah. Ball for Childs, turning quickly, looking for Escoto.
Great ball there from Craig.
Draws 2. Toth must step up and kick it, and that one got under the boot of Pino and back down to Boris Pardo. 10:45 to play, tie game, fourth quarter. From 3-0 down to 5-4 up to a 5-5 tie. Pardo walks it forward, slowly matriculating the ball up the field, provided by Miter. We thank Miter. From Huddersfield, England, to here. This one hits the seam, and Toth must jump up and grab it. Pressure shown, Taylor Bond. Underrated impact on tonight's game, Taylor. He does have a helper. Meanwhile, a wrestling match, and Zay draws a foul. Meaning a foul called against him.
Andy Reyes getting up, jawing again. McNeely, I'm the middleman in all the conversations tonight. McNeely gets us back underway.
Evan could have been a great public defender.
Public defender, just a mediator of all sorts of types, bringing people together and sorting problems out. I respect it.
Appealing. You can see the appeal.
Exactly.
5 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. That means we're into minute 51 of this one. 5-5 tie. And as the ball comes back to Toth, it's McNeely. Room, good ball. Settled, Gonzalez steps it. Cross, Chico, blocked away, Bond. Well done by Taylor Bond.
Right place, right time.
Diabreu, one-touch passing, but it was blocked forward by Felipe Gonzalez. Taylor's trying to run on it. Got blocked off by Diabreu.
If that touch is any heavier there from Diabreu, Bond's off to the races. Just getting away with it, the Ontario
There
man.
goes a run by Jeff Hughes. McNeely called for it from across the field. Nothing happened. Back to Toth. 6 minute gone. 9 left to go in the fourth and tied at 5. Toth can distribute. This one, though, Felipe intercepts. Gonzalez turns from his bench, steps over and stumbles on the ball. Two Sockers attack it. And the pinball comes back to Ontario. Look out. Over to left wing. Turning to shoot Perez. It's a wall pass. Turns into Chico. Has to play it back. Gonzalez heads it down. Possession continues for the visitors from the Fury. From the Inland Empire, the Fury. Taylor Bond in the corner. Work rate has been plus tonight. Sends it back, and Toth must gather as the Sockers make a couple long changes, including Bond off, Velez on. Chico now stepping out right foot, rolling left wing. There's the shot, just wide by Hughes. Touchdown. Felipe wants a return pass, takes an elbow from Hughes. Card is looking to come. Card is out.
Oh, Hughes can't believe it. Hughes can't believe it.
Came from afar again, and the closer Pena had no whistle at all.
Power play chance for the Sockers here. Special teams has been lacking for much of this season. Here's the time for it to come alive and never look back.
8:08 left. That means this Sockers power play will count down to either 6:08 remaining in the fourth quarter or a Sockers go-ahead goal.
Nothing sounds quite like an 8:08.
See if the Sockers can be on the beat on this one. Pee-wee. Escoto. Holding was the call on Hughes. Escoto. Cross blocked. Pee-wee gathers. Minute 45 on the power play. Pee-wee shoots wide. That one never had a shot on goal, but the Sockers keep with it. Giles. Left wing back to Pee-wee, who's on the top now.
They want to get it to Escoto. They're trying to get it to Escoto that whole time.
They'll step, roll, Buleo. One touch!
Oh!
Somewhat wide by Poyo. Wow. You know, Poyo hasn't played in a while, and touch is the thing that it seems like comes the more you go, but wow. Good wrestling match there, Pee-wee and Adrian Perez. If you think about it, size-wise, Perez got a big advantage on Luis Pee-wee Ortega. 7.5 left in the fourth. Minute 20 left on the power play for San Diego. Fury have it right now. And Perez trying to step on this ball, and instead connecting with Zay was Perez. No call there. Guess who was watching? It was Fernando Pena. There's a minute 7 on the man advantage. Escoto, Childs. Outside the red line, trying to build something up. Pee-wee. Running in the middle is Poyo. Escoto now. Poyo here. Back heel try. Jumping out. Chris Toth.
I mean, did Poyo know where he was right there? I can't help but ask.
Is he a Poyo with his head cut off?
I mean, is he realizing that he was a turn away from being Straight up with Toth right there. He went for the flick.
Pollo minus Cabeza.
Pollo looking for another chance. Pollo on this near side, waiting for the ball to come his way.
Giles with 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Third of the night for San Diego. No goals yet.
Pollo creeping over into space at that back post.
Here's a Scoto! Couldn't put it on frame.
I mean, if that's low, I was watching
he's
the
done
movement.
He's done it before.
I was watching the movement the whole time. Escoto wants to put that on frame, surely, but watching the movement there at Pollo after that last little passage of play, loving what I was seeing there from number 63. He was in the right place there at the back post. If that shot's low, he might be able to put it in.
Nice win, gives him another chance. Pino keeps the run alive. He's got a man marking him closely, leaves off. Pollo, nicely done. Here's a Scoto shot blocked by a sliding Adrian Perez. Leo turns, shoots, deflected. There's 8 seconds on the man advantage. Pee-wee. Leo calls for it. Childs makes an overlapping run. Here's Childs. One touch, one shot, the save.
Just never really felt like a power play.
And Hughes is out of the box. His run has Pee-wee a step ahead. And now they are in the corner. Back and forth goes Pee-wee in front of his own net. Always makes me nervous. One bad touch can make it dangerous. One good touch can rescue. Play on. Space opens. 3-on-2 if they get forward. Bond 2-on-1 now with Leo. Bond forward. Bond steps forward. He's ahead of Toth and gets elbowed into the wall, and play continues. And we're going back the other way.
Oh, Bond, Taylor, Bond doing so many things right there, and in the end the ball just got trapped beneath them.
Bond.
Again. Someone's got to tell him to turn. It's happened with Bond. It's happened with Pollo. I know the noise is getting louder in this fourth quarter. Things are a little chaotic, and a contentious call here upsetting Juan Gonzalez, understandably so. But going back to that play a minute ago I was talking about with Pollo, that play with his back to goal there from Bond, you can't blame the player in that situation. Everybody around's got to help with communication, getting back to the basics. Turn or face, and I feel like a couple of times Sockers players have had the opportunity to turn.
Bench warning has been issued to the Sockers for delay of game.
Well, that's another second bench warning.
Bench warning for the Sockers, but communication's got to be better. Players got to have better awareness, but they got to help each other out. Oh,
loose ball. Leo hustling, pinball, knocked into the crowd. Restart. Pardo serving one across the field. It just looked like a scramble drill for a second there as we get down to 5 minutes left. Gutierrez stepping forward in the tie game, stepping over, stepping down to the wall with Leo. Back out to Juan Gonzalez. Gutierrez, you know he wants to shoot, but with all the misses in the first half, he's then quieted it down. It's like
that's late. That's late.
And that's the same spot that Juan Gonzalez has been hurt.
That was real late from Adrian Perez, who's been sent to the box already once in this game. Perez coming in, think he was going to have a chance to win the ball.
Imagine rehabbing for so long to get back and then getting hit in the exact same spot.
He's back up and seems to be good to go, but Perez got to be counting his lucky stars right now that he wasn't shown another blue.
Good to go being a relative term. He'll come off, and Paul Savage will take a look.
Yeah.
4:40 left in a tie match. Giles, header cross. Gutierrez heads it back. Chested Giles. Giles back to Pardo. Try again.
Tranquilo.
Pino to Pardo.
The eerie hush descending over the arena right now. For this place was just alive and rocking throughout that third quarter. Ontario brought this game back to their style.
Giles again. Toth can gather this softer header. The long arm. Pino read it all the way. Can the Sockers move on this? Toth will gather.
3 goals in the first half, all of them scored by Ontario.
Under 4 to play.
7 goals in the third quarter.
Yeah.
5 of them scored by the Sockers. And none in the fourth for either side.
Sockers with big numbers going forward. 4-on-2. Escoto cuts it. He was up too long. Now Giles. Giles scores! The hat trick, the lead. Who does it on Retro Night? The all-time goal scorer, Craig Giles. 6-5 San Diego!
Patience and build-up. Patience is a virtue, and the Sockers showed it in the final third there on a night when space has been so hard to come by in the attacking zone. The Sockers carried forward, and you thought the attack had gone begging when that pass was a little behind, but once it got into Childs, kicked from behind, maintained it, and pokes home low past Chris Toth to give his side the lead. But the Sockers almost ran that chance away, and instead it came to Childs. Almost like Craig said, we're putting this thing into slow motion. Childs with the ball at his feet and two people kicking at him.
Here's a great run. Leo better. What a game for Leo. I'm talking about running. I'm talking about finding a different gear. You know, you're not talking about the fastest player on the team, but you don't want him to be the slowest. And he's done a great job tonight. That track back is underrated for a kid like Leo de Oliveira. The timeout. Listen to the crowd. How about this serenade, Nate?
Standing O right now. A lot of people appreciative of what they've seen. Boris Pardo been instrumental all season long and must be all the more important as this season progresses and into the Ron Newman Cup quest for San Diego. But I love Boris Pardo taking it upon himself there, saying these final few minutes, final 3:13, Sockers faithful on retro night. We're paying tribute to 88. We're paying tribute to championships. You pay tribute to the people who laid the foundation of what it means to be a Sockers fan. Take it back to the noise of the late 80s. Let's bring it here in 2019. Love the response from the fans. People want to see that. People love that connection. We talk about connection between players, coaches, and supporters, both young and old. Boris Pardo making eye contact with few hundred people as he was walking over for that timeout, just throwing the hands up saying, let me hear you, let me hear you.
I can see Childs yelling, gesticulating from the back of that group, and I've seen it, and I know what his message is right now to his team, Nate. You got to keep aggressive. The one thing the Sockers, as you know, have struggled at times this year is being ahead and kind of playing conservative and letting the ball stay on the toe of the opponent to attack. And I guarantee that was just his message. Keep fighting like it's tied. Because if you play like it's tied, you still don't want to give up. You don't give up a goal. And you're going to fight fight to the death. And that's what the Sockers have to do. Now, next question. How long until either Toth comes across the midline or they jump to 6 attackers?
Can't be more than a minute.
Pardo throws out. 2 Gonzalez is on the field. Off of the padded portion right there at the edge of the glass, the ball's still in play, and we are under 3 minutes to play, and the Sockers are up 6-5, their second lead of the second half. Can they hold on to go 3-1 at home and win their 5th straight? The Fury have battled furiously, but the third quarter, especially in the second half, have been a different story. Here is McNeely. McNeely's shot punched away right on target for Pardo. Still in play in the corner. Cut out of there by Gonzalez. 2:34 to go. Here's Diabreu. Diabreu steps over. Adrian Perez, always dangerous. The MASL goals leader. Here he steps forward. Shot blocked. Down was Felipe. Now Malcolm Diabreu. And kicking it out. Chico's in there making walls. Pardo's furious with Pena watching passively in the corner. And there's 2:15 to play. Toth is watching, creeping forward. Gonzalez chips it. Now can the Sockers possess and run? Felipe. 2 goals in the second half. Double team comes and Diabreu dispossesses, and there's 2 minutes left to play right now. 6-5 San Diego. Nervous time at Pechanga Arena, San Diego.
They're calling for him.
Hang on and strap in and now MASL TV live as San Diego tries to close this one out and the Fury try to force OT.
Look at Toth. What's he going to do here? Does he stay on?
Velez trying to pressure and win that ball. Minute 37 now.
No need for the 6th attacker jersey. It's Chris Toth.
He's capable.
Absolutely.
Toth sends it forward to Walls. Walls posting up. Hiram comes in, uses the corner, chips it, headed Diabreu. Hiram steps over, takes one ahead into the wall. Hope you're okay, Pollo. I saw the connection there. Left a stain on the glass. Still down, Pollo Ruiz. I mean, that was contact to the head. That could have been a red card. Depends. Could also have been inadvertent contact.
And Walls and Juan Gonzalez still jawing with each other, and you saw Walls get right up in the face. Gonzalez, I think, lucky to not receive any further action.
Pollo's up.
Pollo thankfully up. It's always one of those hold your breath situations.
My goodness,
down in
he's
that
got
area.
words for Pena. I think a lot of the Sockers do. It's like two guys are calling two different matches out here tonight. Pino. There's a minute 21 to go.
Oh.
Juan Gonzalez.
Eddie Velez just off the face.
In the attacking half, staggering, still loose. Fury have it, but they're deep. Minute 11. Curving ball over Gonzalez. Good run. Hughes, unfortunately, turned the wrong way on that one for a moment. And that, for the Sockers, was great news. And we're down to minute number 60, and the Sockers are up 6-5. Diabreu. Toth is going to be the sixth attacker.
Yep.
Here he comes. Chris Toth is on attack. There's 50 seconds to play. 6-5 San Diego. McNeely crosses it in front of the bench. Diabreu. There's Chico in the corner. Blocked by Gonzalez. Back to Chico. His shot blocked by Juan Gonzalez again. Toth has to run out. Here we see Toth win it. Toth spin it. Toth touch it again. 30 seconds to play. McNeely. Chris Toth. 26 seconds at midfield. Gets it in on right wing. Gonzalez. Gonzalez stepping forward. Gonzalez is in the corner. Juan Gonzalez comes from behind to get it. And this one is chipped, and here's Adrian Perez. 15 seconds. Perez finds Gonzalez. Stepping up Pino. Perez again. Rolls it to McNeely. There's 8 seconds. McNeely down the wall into the corner. There's 5 seconds. Here's the shot! Wide! 1 second. Toth can't shoot it. Sockers win! Hard fought. Comes down to the end. But the Sockers are awesome again. 5 straight wins. 3-0 against the Fury. A furious comeback goes the way of the team from San Diego. Sockers win it 6-5.
2 words, Greg Elston. X and hail. What a game. What a game. What a night. Retro night brings a taste of classic Sockers glory here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Down 3-0 at halftime. Back to 5-4 up. 5-5 at the end of that third period. And there was to be just 1 goal in that fourth frame. And who else was going to score it? Craig Giles with the winner for San Diego, as we've seen so many times. He gets it past his old mate Chris Toth to complete his hat trick, no less. Probably the cleanest of the 3 goals, without a doubt the cleanest of the 3 goals on the night. It was a doozy. It was a beauty for Giles. And the Sockers win it by the solitary goal in the end of it. 6-5 San Diego. My goodness.
By the way, Monterey wound up beating Tacoma 9-8 tonight. So
another 1-goal game in the MASL.
That is, it's one of those things, good news, bad news from San Diego's perspective. Great news, first place, they're getting some padding now as both the Fury and Stars take their 4th loss. San Diego with 1.
But
however,
would you have rather, thinking long-term, you think short-term with the division, you think long-term on a conference level,
absolutely.
would you have actually preferred that Tacoma could have gotten the win tonight? Would you have rooted?
Think tactically, there's just no question. Like game theory-wise, there's no question you were hoping Tacoma would beat them tonight.
And they almost did. Almost did. 9-8 the end of that one up in the Pacific Northwest. Whole lot of fun on a Friday night in the Major Arena Soccer League.
Now watch here on MASL TV Live as you see what makes the Major Arena Soccer League one of the great unknown treasures as we continue down on the field, and we thank our TVX crew, but see how this team goes around the low wall, high fives all the fans, interacts with every kid. You see it. It's eyeballs. It's not just cursory. It's going in there, it's interactions, it's creating life experiences, and that's what makes this sport so special. Soccer is the most played sport in our country. Thinking about that alongside basketball and football, and it's the most accessible, the Major Arena Soccer League, and in fact it continues tonight as card tables will be set up for fans to come down on the field with their 40th anniversary team posters or their Travis Peterson Retro Night posters and have them signed by the entire team. And there's the Sockers celebrating the greatest fans in the MASL, the Deep End, who once again brought all the kids in Pechanga Arena down to Section 19. They all have a blast. They have a life experience. This is the kind of stuff, I mean, with the match that you couldn't even draw up if we did it from Hollywood.
Yeah, and I'll add something to that I think is really important, and that's the players themselves. I love that term, life experience. The players themselves, you see that moment of going over to the deep end right now. That was 6, 7, 8 Sockers players by the end of it, just crowding inside the goal and singing with their ultras behind the frame and behind the netting right there, together as one, something you see all around the world. And when you see it with a team, it's always special and no different here. And getting back to that term, life experience, so many Sockers players this year, a lot of youngsters on this team, also a mix of some veterans who've, let's just say they've been around for a while with this Sockers team. And whether it's one of those vets or one of those youngsters, the likes of Cristian Gutierrez, 21 years old from Tijuana, living the dream right now. That's what he keeps talking about every time somebody asks him how things are going. Every time I get to talk to Cristian, he was one of the players just down there with Boris Pardo. A lot of these players are soaking in moments like this just as much as the kids around the arena, and it's always important to point that out. And it's that igualmente mentality, that one-and-one mentality of everybody being on equal terms, players, fans, coaches, all in this thing together, broadcasters, management, you name it. It's a total team effort, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see, and I think really epitomized by that moment just about a minute and a half ago in the goal of all the Sockers players singing with the Ultras up in the stands. Good stuff.
5 straight for San Diego, a record of 7-1. The Fury are 6-4. And the fun continues Sunday evening at 5 o'clock with the El Paso Coyotes in town. It's Wild West Country Night. It's mini cowbells. It's a 5:05 start, meaning you can absolutely bring the kids out for this and still be home in plenty of time for an 8 o'clock bedtime. I know how don't worry, Nate. Whenever you get to become a Daddington and have these moments, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Free parking for every Sockers game. The poster that Travis has for Sundays, the high noon redux with Craig Childs, so good that Craig this morning at KUSI said to me, hey, can I have one of those? I said, absolutely. I gave him an artist proof. And we will be right back Sunday at 5 with all the fun. Thanks to our terrific TVX crew bringing you all the live shots in action throughout the night. For Nate Abarea, Greg Elston saying so long from San Diego, where the Sockers beat the Fury 6-5. We'll see you on Sunday.
Fino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
My back is killing me.
Any better?
No, you're making it worse.
All right, you know what then? Take 4 of these and call me in the morning.
Soccer's tickets? I feel better already. The Sockers are awesome.
The Sockers are awesome. Come join the fun on Sunday, January 13th when the Sockers host the El Paso Coyotes. All fans can ring in the action with a new retro logo Sockers cowbell. Get your tickets today. Call 866-799-GOAL or go online to stsockers.com.